righty, guys.
All right. All righty, guys. We are here with Chris. We got Bento over there in the corner as the engineer. I'm a little rusty. Happy New Year, guys. To everything going on. We got our first episode back in this new year, and we got Gabito here.
Yeah.
And myself. And Ricky's working hard right now with vendors.
Ricky's there. Look. He's brown.
That's a good one. He's the bootleg Sonic over there.
Nah, he's too blue.
You like this one? You like the bootleg Sonic here?
That. Those are the ones you crack like in Mexico, aren't
They're
they?
awesome.
They're meant to be like broken open, though, right?
I say keep them. They're rad. I could easily tell someone that's from like the 90s, Sega made it, and the people would believe it, dude.
I've had like the Luigi one in Mario, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen that one's awesome.
I had both, too.
Yeah. I mean, just kind of like segue into it. I guess you guys had a huge announcement, but you didn't make it here yet. What would that be? I know Ricky's not here. You guys can kind of take suit on it on the news.
Tell him, Chris. What happened?
SoCal Gaming Expo 2025.
And besides that,
Yeah.
Ricky and I are now part owners of Retro
and you
World
guys are part
Expo
of Retro
2025.
There he is.
Rich.
Awesome. We are
Rich.
We had such an awesome partnership. Of course, the first time really truly working together, like as a team. And there's a lot of people involved in that team, but you guys are, you and Ricky, actual partners. Lance and I have owned Retro World for 10. Well, this will be year 10, so 9 years. So it just made sense to have you guys on board.
Yeah.
There was times we would be talking like SoCal, and then it'd be like, oh, let's talk Retro World. And you would be like, oh, you're talking Retro World? Bye. And so
I mean, that's the reality. It's weird because we have a group chat where we talk about SoCal, the 4 owners. And like you said, you talk about Retro World. It's like, I'm like,
yeah. So
why am I part of this? But I'm glad that you, had such a good experience with SoCal that it made you want to work with Ricky and I again. Obviously, not just on SoCal, but on your expo that you've had for 9 years at that point.
yes, I did. I think both Lance and I loved working with you guys, the whole team. SoCal was awesome. When we finished SoCal last year in June, right? Retro World was in August. There was a 2-month gap in between where Lance and I had to go really, really hard. And when Retro World finished last year, we had a good show. I was completely fried and burnt. And I think I was on the plane getting home, and I think you checked in to say, like, how was Retro World? I was like, good. And I was like, hey, we might need to talk in the future.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you right away what it was, but I was like, I'd already was talking with Lance, like, man, we need help. Because like it was a lot doing 2 shows in the same year.
I'll find out this year.
Yeah, but with the team, it's a little bit easier. So I'm glad to have you guys on board. I think it'll be awesome.
Good.
Do you guys have any like new ideas for new additions for each show yet?
Sumo wrestling.
So me and Gabo.
Yes. No, those are things to be talked about.
Yeah.
But we will get there as we start crossing those bridges. But I mean, even we launched vendor booths for SoCal, and the hype is real. I mean, people.
It's kind of the reason why Ricky's not here. I mean, literally, he's just been getting nonstop applications. And if you guys don't get your applications by the time this drops, it'll probably pretty much be sold out for the most part.
Gabo was a big help, and obviously you guys were as well. But Gabo was a big help at SoCal as well.
Huge. You're gonna be again.
Yeah, you're big. I feel like your role was like talking with all like the local
Vendors.
guys.
I
vendors,
got I got good communication with the SoCal vendors and NorthCal vendors.
Yeah.
Which is
Are you
very
excited?
important. Yeah, you did an awesome
Everybody.
job. Thank you.
Everybody, Ben too. Curtis. I mean, your family, everybody did.
Yeah,
It
everybody. I mean, everybody pitched
It
in.
was great, man. I feel bad with my SoCal video because I could not capture a lot, but I'm planning this year to take a little more time if I can, because I'm gonna be. I think Friday and Saturday is gonna be wild. It's gonna be crazy.
Well, what I even told Chris before this, I was saying that I actually want to find someone to run, like to take one thing off me, and that would be like the skate ramp. Like have someone that's really good with skaters and can do announcing and have fun and work with the music, so that I can do the same thing, because I want to make more videos about SoCal, because that's kind of my role in SoCal is media marketing, and I'm like, I need more footage of this and interviewing people, and like I'll be honest, I do it for other expos. They hire me to do it, so I'm like, I want to do it for my own expo.
Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of people that did videos in SoCal,
Yes, of course,
and all the videos was great, but I would like for my channel, and from the squad to like capture something else, like more insight.
Yeah,
yeah.
Even if Phoenix did it, but
You're from your angle.
yeah.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we just didn't anticipate like how much actual work it would be for all of us.
Yep.
You know, being the first show, like even me, like I love shooting just raw content. walking around.
I barely saw you.
Oh yeah, no one saw me. But like, you know, I think this year we're all going to be a little bit more prepared, and I think a lot more of the community is going to pitch in and volunteer. I've already had people like, "Hey man, we want to volunteer?" But hey, if you guys actually want to volunteer by this time drops, it'll probably be, you know, I need applications.
The applications are live. You can go online and apply.
I know
now.
no one's applied yet. So
there you go. There's our pitch.
Yeah. So I mean, guys, if you want to, you know, work closely with the squad and all of us and try to, you know, put on something great.
The inside real reality of what it takes. I saw people too. I mean, I'll just say it straight up. I saw people like when we last year were like, oh, volunteers are open. You know, people were like, awesome. We had people come and they were so helpful, so awesome. But of course, there's people in the chat who are like, oh, of course you want to make money and have people work for free. I'm like, that is called a community in anything. That's how it works at gaming expos, at conventions, at fairs.
It's
That's
a
how
lot
it
of
works
work.
at churches. Like
It's a lot of work. So I barely saw you too.
Oh, I was, yeah.
I think I saw this guy more than you.
Yeah.
And
You think Chris wasn't doing that much?
Rich.
I run around like a maniac, but I have over the years, Lance and I, from doing it for so many years, right? This was your first time doing it.
Yeah.
We told ourselves, maybe after like year 4 or 5, I think, of going hard. We said, why are we not enjoying our own shows?
Yeah.
So we always take time. We say, usually what I'll say to Lance, don't forget to enjoy this a little bit. Like we're about to go into this weekend. It's going to be crazy. I found time, I think, on Sunday to play like some of the pinball machines with my brother and my son. Like took a good, maybe an hour away. I turned the little, headpiece off and like audio. I don't know if I did that.
Yeah, the last time Lance turned off his headpiece, he turned it back on. I was like, where have you been, Riff? And I'm like, literally helping someone stop getting in a physical fight that's going on right now. So, yeah.
But try to find time if you get, you guys are all a part of it. And enjoy the show a little bit. It is our show.
I think out of everybody, I think I was the one that at one time I turn it off. I say I have to go live. And you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I did an Instagram live like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I was at the skate ramp when he did it.
Yeah, walking around, everybody like happy. It was, I mean, it's the vibe, dude. Like, not being biased. That's how you say bias. There's a lot of amazing events, going on. Portland, a lot. Sacramento, Utah. But there's something about SoCal, dude. Like,
we heard that from a lot of people, even people who weren't from because a lot of people were saying, "Oh, well, they just say that because they're from SoCal."
Yeah,
but we heard it from a ton of people who aren't from SoCal. I mean, Phoenix Resale.
No, that's true. That's true.
Phoenix Resale said in his video, and he's been to pretty much everything. And this isn't talking shame on anybody else, of course, but he's like, "This was the best expo I've ever been to," and I was like, "Okay."
No, I'm so excited, man. Like,
the best part was literally talking with everyone. Yep. I mean, unfortunately, my voice was gone within the first 2 hours of the show even starting.
100%.
But like throughout the entire weekend, people who came out from different states. I think even somebody said they visited from another country and all that stuff. So it was it's crazy.
That's
to think
true.
that
The guy that gave me the Iron Maiden thing, you get to talk with him, right?
Yep. Also, like with your second show being Retro World, like what do you think as an integral part of now adding them as owners would be for, the East Coast?
Why did you bring Ricky and I guess is the question.
Well, one being the workload was massive, but you guys have certain skills. You being a marketing guru, I've always said you're our hype man. I'm okay at marketing. It's not my specialty. Even with my stores, everything, I'm okay. I would say you are S tier when it comes to that.
Ranking
it does take Chris a little bit to get hyped up a little bit. He's like,
I put myself at B tier at best, right? You're S tier, and
you got the looks, just not the vocal for it.
I know my SoCal Gaming Expo 22 was about as good as I can get saying that when we started. But you are S tier with that, so I'm happy to. We needed that, I think, for Retro World, and it showed with SoCal. And then Ricky with vendors. Vendors are a massive task. It's coordinating with hundreds of people. available. I normally do that for Retro World. I've done it for years. And Ricky did such a good job with SoCal. It allowed me to like kind of focus on bigger things like Tetris World Championships and bigger pieces of the puzzle, finding us a skate ramp, which you and I worked together.
Yeah, together on that one. Yeah.
But bigger kind of pieces like that. So it made perfect sense.
Do you think the tickles will be live?
The tickles?
The tickles, yeah. No, the tickets will be live by the time this episode comes out.
SoCal?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not Retro World, but SoCal.
SoCal, yes, probably not Retro World.
What is the theory of why you couldn't do pre-sales prior to a show that's about 6 months out?
We wanted to we've done it different every year, so I don't necessarily know what works the best, but having tickets available for like a year out, it doesn't always equate to more ticket sales. We found there's a few people that will buy a year out from a show, but the majority of people are going to buy. Honestly, the majority of people are going to buy the week of.
Yeah.
Myself included. Everybody waits to the last minute. So
Some lights going on.
it didn't necessarily matter if it was 7-8 months or a couple weeks from now. There's still plenty of time to buy tickets and promote.
I'm also a big fan though of like hype. Like I want people when they're hyped to be hyped in that moment. I think of like anything. I think of like a skateboarder going to do some big trick. It's like you want to smack them around, go crazy, get them hyped, and then they go do it right now. And I think of the same thing for like tickets. I want people to be hyped and be like, they buy tickets and they're like, oh my gosh, it already feels close. And I would just like the energy to be there at once and not have time to be really hyped and then the energy to kind of die. And then you're supposed to get hyped again. I kind of like to keep it in one big conglomeration of like hype for a few months. So
do you guys have any like potential ideas for hype, but like also exclusive things that might come out? Like item to be able to, for VIP or something of that nature? Or just kind of similar?
Most are secrets that we're working on right now that we still have to talk about.
Expose them because I'm not on the inside.
Every year we will have a new T-shirt design. I can say that there are some T-shirt designs which you love. This one,
I love. Can we say what it is?
I would not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll wait on that.
Okay. There's some other things like possible exclusive video games coming out physical that are SoCal edition and other things. So
are you guys actually going bigger this time? Are you guys getting a bigger space or
possibly expanding? Depending on how vendor sales go, if we are able to fill the whole floor, which I think we're going to, we relocated some stuff where the guests might be, and there is another exhibit hall at Pasadena that we might potentially expand over. Probably would make that decision in the next couple of weeks.
We've had like a weird question, like back and forth, even with us internally, which is not bad to talk about publicly. Like it's always like that fear of like, if you go too big and then ticket sales are the same, does it feel a little more empty? Or if it's too small, but the ticket sales grow, then you're too tight. So it's always that like fine line of like, do we go really big, but then what if it feels a little less explosive? I don't know. It's just like a weird balance that we're always trying to figure out. So and
mix in cost with that. Cost is always a big part.
It's not cheap.
Pasadena's not cheap.
Not cheap at all.
So we are looking at some options potentially. Yes.
All right. Hey, man. So like I said, guys, if you guys need to be vendor applications, go to the SoCal site. I guess when tickets drop,
SoCalRetroGamingExpo.com.
You got it. It'll be linked.
By the time this goes out, I would think tickets are first available.
They are.
And like I said, volunteers will be needed. And
Curtis needs you for that.
Yes,
That's his
please, I'm begging.
And real talk, if any of you are a volunteer that wants to like be like, hey, I love skateboarding. I know what tricks are. I'm a hype man. Let me know if you'd be interested in running the skater event. It'd be fun. Obviously, I'd be there too and having fun with it. But that's just one of the more fun ones that I wish I had more time to actually film and document.
I think I'm more excited this year for the second time around, just because I am going to disperse the workload a little bit more, and we are going to have a lot more fun between the crew and being able to talk with more of the community.
Curtis, just make it somehow to where we do nothing the whole weekend and it's just volunteers. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Are you going to try to beat me on Street Fighter this year or not?
Am I going to try to beat you on Street Fighter? I am a first-person shooter guy and a third-person shooter guy.
We'll take you. We'll play you on Halo or something.
That's true.
I need to beat you at Mortal Kombat. I owe you one. I think you beat me at Game On.
Let's do it.
Good, like,
but he's really good at. I'm good at Mortal Kombat. He's really.
What was the tournament you said that we just locked in? Bomberman.
Bomberman.
Wow.
Yes,
I think
10-player
that would be
Bomberman.
fun.
10-player Bomberman. That's actually
What console?
I love Bomberman.
I think it's on Saturn.
I was gonna say Saturn, right?
Saturn?
I was a little
Yeah.
bummed out. I didn't realize there was a Mario Kart Double Dash tournament that was going on. I would've
16
took
player.
place.
Yeah, there was a 16-player for that. There's another individual I have to reach out. He wanted to run. Oh, he wanted to link something else. Name some other things you can link on GameCube.
Air
Mario
Rider.
Kart? No,
Kirby
not
Air
Mario.
Rider.
We did. Oh, maybe Air Ride. There's a
That
few
one's
other.
fun, but it's not as fun as Mario Kart or
I
like
think
a
you're right,
Super
Kirby.
Smash.
Kirby's
But
Air
there's
Ride?
somebody else that wanted to do that. We are talking with the bigger group, who I won't mention just yet for tournaments. They're a big tournament organizer. I actually have a call with them tomorrow.
Are you guys
I
also?
won't mention it just in case it doesn't
got
happen,
it,
but
got
they're
it,
a big one.
Are you guys also thinking about like going back with Tetris and all that stuff?
Tetris, I just had a call with Vince today. Tetris is back. Yes,
Yes,
Tetris will
I
continue to be
absolutely
back.
love
Yeah,
Vince, man.
World
Tetris was
Championships.
amazing.
It's a
Yeah,
big
World
one.
Championships.
Love
Yep.
that, love
So
that.
Vince is awesome. Love working with him and his whole team.
So many people love that LED wall that you guys had up. It looks so
They are
rad.
not cheap.
No,
We getting Jake again?
I asked
we
him-
got Logan Paul last year.
Why
I think,
does everybody mistake Jake and Logan Paul?
I think Mike
What are we doing?
Tyson's coming this year.
Oh, wow.
that would be awesome if Mike Tyson would come.
Sign
Do
me
it.
up, bro.
Oh,
Does
my
he
goodness.
come in the
You gonna
diaper?
get bite?
But guys, like I said, I would love for you guys to sign up for SoCal stuff and get us going again.
SoCal.
And now I have to officially say also Retro World. Retro World.
Yes,
Retro World.
Yeah.
Retro World.
Yeah.
Retro World.
Secret.
I love it.
And to add that, it is a great show. I've gone 2 years. It's fun, man. So if you guys haven't checked out both shows yet, go East Coast to West Coast. That's how we're going now.
Yeah, baby.